We are just about 9 miles from downtown Manhattan as EA Sports brings you to MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Baltimore Ravens and the New York Jets. Here's the punter, Braden Mann, set to do the honors, and we are underway at MetLife Stadium. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jackson looking to throw right away. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. The 30. 10. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman, 75 yards. And the Ravens put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Braxton Berrios selected to bring it out. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. They begin the drive with Johnson. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Check 26, check 26. 6 guys, check 6 guys.
Here's Johnson again on 2nd down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. White looks to throw. And he finds Corey Davis. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28. On 1st and 10, White. Taking in left side, it's Wilson. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. Throwing again on 2nd down. White forced out to his left. And this one too low.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. White. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And this is caught. He hits more. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Here's White. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now White. Dumping it off for Johnson. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Now White. And he's got a man, Cray Davis. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 29-yard line. To throw, White. They'll check this down to Johnson. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. White. Able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Tighten up, tighten up. Let's go.
They'll run for the first time with Michael Carter. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Another tote for Carter. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Back to throw. White got his man complete over the middle. That's Davis. And they'll get him down short of the 1st down, right on the 10-yard line. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll bring up 4th down.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stop him short.
Here we go with Johnson. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call. Johnson will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. They'll run it with Johnson, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So now it's 3rd and goal. This Raven defense trying to keep him out of the end zone. Robinson is into the end zone for a Jets touchdown.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he wants to put 3 points on his ledger.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football.
And I think this is a situation where a quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
A running play here on 1st down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now on 2nd and 13, White. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
To throw is White. Throwing on 4th down.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away?
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Wreaking havoc was Nathan Shepard, the D tackle. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
And Jackson going to have the 1st down as he will get to the ground to avoid the contact.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson sliding out of the pocket.
That's taken in by Duvernay.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Tucker's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And bringing it in, it's Davis. Touchdown, Jets. Corey Davis in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Jets have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
So they're able to capture the lead here just before halftime.
And not only that, they get the ball to start the second half.
That's right.
This is almost like basketball down the stretch, right, where you get the 2-for-1 situation. You're trying to get 2 shots to your opponent's 1. In this situation, they got the touchdown. They'll get another shot at to start the second half.
Could be a big turnaround.
4 seconds, all that remain here in this first half as the kick gets away. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. Flush to his right. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. This snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half.
Berrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them.
He's got a man complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. On first down, it's White.
A throw to the flat for Carter.
Able to corral him right at the midfield stripe following that sparkling display of footwork we saw. On second down, Johnson. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he fires one, but incomplete.
In the early days of the NFL, you could easily blame these drops on maybe some uneven or uncertain lighting in a stadium. Not anymore. The lights are pretty good.
Yeah, they're great here at night, but his second drop, indeed, not a good look. They run. It's Johnson. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
John Franklin Myers, the one in there to drop him.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback, he's not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
After the sack on first down, Jackson.
They set up the screen for Dobbins.
Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up third.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
On third down, here's Dobbins.
And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. They're going for it with the option right. And he is going absolutely nowhere in the wrong direction. The Ravens go for it but come up empty. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that fourth down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. White, screen play, Johnson. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
On 2nd down, a run with Carter.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on third down tonight, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 6. Back to throw. White. Open man here is Conklin.
And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the Ravens are right back in this football game.
A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead no matter what. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson. An even 90 yards. And the Ravens use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the fourth. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 17-14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They go to Johnson again. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
From the shotgun, here's White. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first.
Well, this is where an offense needs to show what it's made of, and in fact, where a quarterback needs to show what he's made of, trying to engineer a fourth quarter comeback, and he hits a big one right there.
The first down carry here for Johnson. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll give up the middle to Johnson. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Out of the gun, it's White. Over the middle, complete. It's Davis. Touchdown! Corey Davis, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Jets answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth quarter lead. Plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here, and they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It's going to be pretty tough for them to match their efficiency, Charles, at that last possession, needing only the 1 play to find the end zone on the rushing touchdown.
Yeah, they got that together collectively, didn't they? Total group effort. Although the guy toting the rock, he gets all the credit. It was blocked up so well. The only thing stopping him was running into the goalpost in the back of the end zone.
Jackson running again. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Throwing, Jackson. Dancing to his left. And Jackson's so tough to stop. He's got a first down, and he gives himself up there at the end. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
Things started a little slow for him as a runner, but he has really found a different gear here in this second half. He's been more aggressive, challenging the defense when he sees an opportunity. And now,
and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. John Franklin Myers in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. Down inside the 10. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. Jackson. Buying time to his left. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow, wow.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own. On a huge mistake late, it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. And so much for the game-winning 2-minute drive. I think that interception returned there pretty much. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. It's caught inside the 5. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt, Charles, with that pick six.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Looking to throw. White, now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's Chuck Clark picking it off.
With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. 2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Going with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. But he's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From MetLife Stadium, good night, everybody.